Welcome back to another episode here on the Eternal Sith Network where you get all your Star Wars news, guys. Today, yes, it was released yesterday, but we're going to talk about it today. Season 3 of the Mandalorian trailer released. We get another one, and it was a good one. But before we do get into it, remember, hit the subscribe, like, and notification bell so you're always in the know on everything Star Wars here on the Eternal Sith Network. And once you're done watching this video, go check out my last one on Commander Cody. Give that one a thumbs up as well. Let's start the show. So season 3 of The Mandalorian, the trailer that we got yesterday during the wildcard game for the NFL, did not disappoint. We get the opening scene with a bunch of Mandalorians that it seems like, and we don't know the planet yet, but it seems like it's going to be on Mandalore. And we see a whole bunch of Mandalorian as we know that Mando Din will be going back to cleanse himself, obviously for taking off his helmet and doing things that he was not supposed to do from the seasons prior. And we then see him and Grogu obviously traveling through hyperspace, which was again cool. Then we see him land on the planet here and we see he's walking around, and obviously he gets to see his good friend Greef Karga, and probably they're going to be talking about obviously going back to Mandalore and probably getting an assist and, recruiting some people for this big fight that's going to be happening on Mandalore. Then right after, we do get to see the armor as he lets her know that he will be going back to Mandalore to cleanse himself of his wrongdoings. Then after, we get a visual of Mandalore and what it looks like now. In the next scene here, we get to see the N1 starfighter put together by obviously the Wizard of Mos Eisley mechanic Pelimoto. And we get to see Mando there again and probably going back to fix the ship. Maybe something happened to it, who knows? Or it could be that maybe we might be seeing Boba Fett in season 3 of The Mandalorian. You never know, and we might talk about that in a theory video, which Tamoris Morrison has teased that he wants to come back to reprise the role in a darker version, just like the way they did in the comics and Jeremy Bullock's version. So stay tuned for that one as I have more on that developing story in the weeks to come. Then after, we go back to Coruscant, which I've been dying to go back to. Yes, we did go back to it on Andor, but it would be nice to see what Coruscant is looking like now. After the original trilogy, after Mando and everything that's going on now, during this time of The Mandalorian, it's really nice to see it. And it's very homage and to see it in live action again. And I like how we see it in the nighttime. I wonder if we're going to have like some sort of chase scene. I don't know. I'm getting like really prequel vibes right now. I don't know if you guys are too, but we also get, yes, the one, the only Dr. Pershing again. As you guys know, we know that cloning is going to be very, very heavily important in the Bad Batch, as we know that we're getting the cloning facility of Mount Tannis, which we saw the doctor with Nala say as well there. So don't be surprised if in this season, as we will talk about in just a few seconds, we will finally find out who who saved Grogu or how Grogu was made. We might be learning just that, and we might be learning overall, as we see this flashback scene here that we did get to get in the Book of Boba Fett. So I wonder what the homage is to that, why they're including that in season 3 of The Mandalorian. But we might be getting our answer finally as to who saved Grogu, as that has been the $1 million question for the longest time. Now, also, we get to see a helmet here that was probably a helmet from the Night of 1,000 Tears, which we know that was the Galactic Empire massacre on the Mandalorian people, which happened obviously during the Great Purge. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see a little bit of remains from this, as Mando probably goes back and really learns of his, traits of what it was on Mandalore. So again, be on the lookout for this. I'm very much excited, and we'll go more into detail on what these ruins are from. And in this very next scene, it looks like we're getting some TIE interceptors, which is pretty cool. So I'm actually excited to see this. And it looks like they're chasing somebody. It doesn't look like Mando's actual N1 starfighter that they're going after. So I'm really intrigued to see who's on the run and who's on the chase. We'll find out more when season 3 does come out. Then immediately right after, it looks like we're in this droid shop, which is pretty cool. And we get to see the droids. That's really, really cool. Haven't seen them in a while in live action. So I thought that was interesting, as we know we just saw them in the Bad Batch. And I'm really loving all the ties and connections that the Bad Batch and the Mandalorian are truly having, as we know that it was only a matter of time that these things are going to start intersecting together. So it makes total sense, and I'm really loving the homage to each one of the shows as they're all connecting, and they said that they would eventually. So it's nice to see that season 3 is really paying homage and tribute to the Bad Batch as well. But in the next scene here, as we knew that this was going to happen, the Mando Wars start breaking out as we're having basically like a civil war in the season 3 of The Mandalorian that we know we're going to be getting. And right after, we see this creature come up to Grogu, and it looks like Grogu's powers are getting pretty much stronger because it ends up being that he force pushes him pretty hard and he ends up flying and looks like getting knocked down and getting the wind knocked out of him by Grogu. So you're seeing a lot in season 3 of The Mandalorian in this trailer, as it is definitely different from the last 2 or 3 that we've had, as they've shown us more on, again, very minimal, just showing us kind of like Bo-Katan, showing us Din, not really teasing too much, but this one really took the cake and gave us a lot, and I'm super excited from this trailer that we got yesterday. So comment down below, guys, what is the one thing that you're the most excited for that you got to see in the trailer? Again, there was a lot that we did get to see. Was it seeing, the armor? Was it seeing, going back to Coruscant at night, which gives me, again, Attack of the Clones vibes, or just overall the Clone Wars, prequel vibes, seeing Dr. Pershing, as that makes the connection with the cloning facility that we did get to see in season 1 of the Bad Batch season finale, as we know that Nala Se is there, and they're going to be making this connection eventually with Grogu, and seeing, who saved him and what they're going to be doing, with his blood, or overall to use him for cloning purposes. And also, are you excited that we got to see a little taste of that, Order 66 scene that we got to see in the Book of Boba Fett in a flashback by Grogu? So I'm curious to know what that was about. Comment down below, again, if that's something you're excited for. There's a lot, guys, that was in this trailer. Again, comment down below for the millionth time. Let me know what you thought about the trailer. Let me know what you think about the breakdown and what you're most excited for season 3 of The Mandalorian. Thank you so much for tuning in today, guys, for this awesome breakdown. For more Star Wars content, hit that subscribe, like, and notification bell so you're always in the know on everything Star Wars here on the Eternal Sith Network, where you get all your Star Wars news, as I have another video out tomorrow. And don't forget, the Eternal Sith. Then, now, forever. Later, guys.